So on the first day, the main goal was to get to California. So we packed our bags and headed for the airport. And just so you know, I went on this trip with Hannah as we were going to visit her parents, and she was shooting the entire video whenever I wasn't holding onto the camera. So checking in our bags and everything went smoothly, but we ended up forgetting one bag, but it wasn't that much of a problem because we got it back when we arrived. But I grabbed some food at the lounge because that's what we did before we got on the plane, was get some food at the lounge. It's not free, but we got it with WestJet. They provide like these perks where you're able to use lounge access at the airports. There's a little bit more to it. It involves tiered system and acquiring points and spending more money, of course. It was roughly a 3-hour flight, but as soon as we landed, it was already late. So I wasn't trying to do, anything at all. I was just trying to get some sleep, man. At that point, that's basically what I did. So that was basically all of day one right there. But day two was about to be packed up.
All right, guys, so I'm in Palm Springs, California right now, where I came from in Calgary, Canada. It's cold. I'm talking negatives, So this right here, all this sun, the palm trees, man, I'm really looking forward to this right here. So this is my first day here now because I arrived yesterday. Didn't really do much. Arrived late, got some sleep. So I'm gonna go around Palm Springs to see what they've got to offer. Honestly, the whole California if possible, but I don't know how much adventuring I'm going to be doing here, but we'll see though, we'll see. I'm really already loving everything, man. Just the vibes, it's quiet, really laid back here.
On our way to Desert University, we actually stopped by this one place with, a bunch of dinosaurs. So they're not actually real dinosaurs, but I think it was pretty cool nonetheless. So it looked like lifelike, size dinosaurs. And we all know dinosaurs existed based on research and, science and all of that. So I thought that was super cool. So we couldn't just drive by that and not, stop by.
Would have been so cool to actually see one of these alive, but I guess we'll just have to settle for some metal ones. The biggest guy out here, and we got two little ones threatening it. Oh, look at that guy over there. Just by himself.
Crazy. Film this guy. Zoom on his mouth.
Jeez, the teeth on him. Yeah, no, that's somebody's head.
Yeah. Right?
Those things were supposed to have been alive at some point.
We eventually ended up at Desert University at this one fair, or I don't know what it really was, but a bunch of people set up like different stores, different shops to sell all kinds of different things. I even ended up picking up some hats, man. Like I went through a bunch of stuff and I said, you know what, I'm in California, so I might as well live the life, get me a hat to protect me from the sun. So there was all kinds of cool art. Like this guy we actually saw there was from Ghana and had this, all these different things sewn out of grass, like elephant grass is what he called it. And they had these fans and all these things, so many cool things, made out of all kinds of different materials. It was super cool, man. They even had used cars. Like you could even see all kinds of cool, cars, Corvettes. It was just super cool. It was a super cool show overall. And honestly, I enjoyed myself that day. I thought it'd be like just some boring shopping, because I'm not a shopping guy. I don't really like to shop too much. I like to, look for what I want and just get it, as opposed to going around searching for it. Eventually, we got tired of walking around, getting beat by the sun, and decided to grab some food. So it was a barbecue place where, just about everything they made was made out, on a barbecue. So it was all smoky and it tasted really good. Loved it. And, we kind of left the place. It was great. The whole day was awesome. Kind of a good warm up for the entire trip, because this wasn't even the highlight for me, at least. We are only getting started at this point. I was just kind of sightseeing, because coming from Canada, there's not a lot of water, you know, especially around this point in time when it's cold. It's all ice. That's all we got, you know, or snow.
Today is mostly just chilling, so gonna be enjoying the sun, some water. Maybe I'll get in that water at some point. I don't know. Not much today, like I said, but tomorrow is going to be packed, and I'm looking forward to that.
All of the L's I took or lessons I learned. Success, it gotta be earned. Tell me why they sleeping on me, on me, oh.
I spent this entire day going back and forth between, you know, trying out this one little camera that I got for the trip, and you know, I was just having fun with it, getting in the pool. Not much of a swimmer, but you know, I was having fun. It was cool to get in some water. First day of real adventure, so we decided to head out to Joshua Tree. So from green to more desert views, you know, dry cactus and cacti and all of that stuff right there. So we had to be careful on this one right here. We actually stopped somewhere along the way and just kind of had some fun, you know. Saw some cacti. Honestly, some of the scariest plants that I've ever seen in my life. These things they're scary. I actually stepped on one of them with my shoes, but I was lucky enough, you know, that there was pliers around to pull it off. Eventually, we left the crazy cacti garden of death. Next up, Joshua Tree National Park. This place had one of the coolest sights I'd ever seen in my life, man. Like all those rocks and how massive, you know, everything looked, and you know how, you know, it made me feel, you know, in relation to the world in general, or what's around us.
I'm at Joshua Tree. I've never been here before, of course. It's honestly an insane sight. I'm gonna actually do a workout out here because I just can't not work out here, man. It's too pretty. It's too pretty not to work out here. I'm not even sure what the time is, but it should be around 2 o'clock right now, 3 o'clock. And yeah, it's windy, a little windy, but I'm enjoying this, man. I think I need to travel a little bit more. I just had my lunch so I could have a little bit of a boost of energy because I'm gonna have a workout, like I said. Let's do this. Okay.
On our way driving out of Joshua Tree National Park, we stopped by Skull Rock. So Skull Rock is like a rock that actually looks like a skull. So there's always a lot of people there, so it's always hard to get, like, you know, a picture if it's just you by yourself with the rock, or just to even get the rock by itself. So during this trip, I was also, like I said, testing out this little camera that I had the entire time for, you know, vlogging and seeing how well the battery lasted. I was doing this for my tech channel, so if you want to find out how well this camera did, you should definitely check that out. The link to that will be at the top of the screen right now. By the way, the camera is the Insta360 Go 2, so it's not like a 360 camera like one of the ones that they usually have, but it's a pretty sick camera, you know, for its versatility and the size. But look at this sick view, man. Like, so many beautiful views in California and around, you know, Palm Springs, because that's where I was Palm Springs, really. But we were just going all over the place to see all kinds of different parts, you know. So look at this, man. Like, it was so amazing. I felt like I was at the top of the world so many times, you know. It's really, really difficult not to love nature and everything, you know, that it brings with it. So it's just, you know, awesome to admire it sometimes.
So we've got a pretty cool view here that I want to show you guys. Check this out.
Eventually, we went back home after checking out this cool spot to rest up for another long day the following day. Before heading out to LA, a lot of people had told me that the traffic was horrible, so I wasn't really looking forward to, you know, that journey. But honestly, I was looking forward to all the cool things that I was about to see, you know, and experience for the first time. So the journey there was actually not bad. It was, you know, no traffic at all. We got there easily, but that was because we came in through the outskirts, you know, through Hollywood. So we came in through the back of, you know, LA. So we didn't go directly in there.
Bad past never left my mind, it's taking over. No, I should have died, that's why it's hard to stay sober. Glad to see the sun, but my heart.
First time here, took about, I'll say 2 to 3 hours to get here. So looking forward to hitting up Venice Beach, Muscle Beach, same thing apparently.
Eventually, we arrived at my favorite part of the entire trip, Venice Beach. So this is where Muscle Beach is also located. And man, I'm just a fan of beaches and, you know, crazy, you know, people doing their thing on the beaches, because everyone, you know, is wild on the beaches, and people, you know, are, you know, you see people riding skateboards, riding a bicycle, dancing with, you know, roller skates or rollerblades. It's just a really good experience, and it's really chill. And, you know, there's the ocean. It's just amazing. And the palm trees were just, you know, the breeze and the air was just hitting them right. It was just perfect. The whole thing was beautiful. So we just kind of, you know, walked around the whole place and kind of just took in the view for a bit. You know, I took some videos, took some photos, and then we eventually ended up at, you know, a place where we could get some food. So it's just a little restaurant on, you know, the beach, open concept.
I'm in Venice Beach right now. We've had some food, some nacho, nothing crazy. If you're from California, let me know down in the comment section. Palm trees, sun, beaches, you know, that's my life right there, man. I'm gonna head over to Muscle Beach now and see if I can, you know, get a workout in. Probably not.
We made it through. I'm just glad we made it through. Hood baby from the struggle. Long time had to hustle. I'm glad we
So we walked down the beach, you know, as far as we could until we found Muscle Beach. But of course it's locked and we can't really get in there. So I ended up on the actual beach and, you know, kind of just did some calisthenics. I was just having some fun with it. You know, there's no way I was going to get over there and not do anything with those, you know, the bar and all they've got right there. I had to do something. I'd seen these in videos and I really wanted to, you know, mess around at Muscle Beach, and I finally got to do that. And that for me was, you know, the highlight of my trip. You know, it was minor, or it's minor for a lot of people, but for me, that was huge. You know, I was already tired too, and I ate, you know, a lot of food, and it wasn't easy to get up there and do workouts, but you know, I was having fun, like I said, and there was no way in hell that I wouldn't have got up there and did something. Bar you gotta love. Man, training outside is something. Love it. Love it. Wind on your back. Okay, let's try this one. It's like for gymnastics. So that was basically it for that day. We left LA. You know, we actually experienced the crazy traffic on the way back, and it wasn't fun, but you know, we got back home safe, and that was the most important thing for me. So much needed rest day we took on day 6, and day 7 we decided to head back out. Day 7 was Indian Canyon. So this one was kind of a tricky journey. It was almost like it was supposed to be a hike, but not really. So there were some slopes and, you know, some high places that we had to climb up. It was basically like going, you know, into the jungle in a way, but it was a palm tree oasis. So you can go in there and all you see is a bunch of, you know, palm trees, and there's like water. It's just a pretty sight. It's actually so easy to slip there, and it happened to a lot of people. That wasn't the only time that I actually slipped, but you know, that was the only one that got caught on camera. But they had these little huts that were super cool as well. You know, I took some pictures in there. They weren't that large, you know. I think they were designed for smaller people. I also got my shoulder workout in for the day, you know, just pushing up that tree and getting a good range of motion. Maybe got a little bit of glutes work in there, but you know, it was all fun. You know, that's all it was out there. So we kept, you know, adventuring through the entire place. It was a beautiful sight, like I said. Most things, you know, in and around Palm Springs were all just about, you know, nature, and it was just beautiful. And I love nature, and you know, it works well with me. Get, you know, a little bit of workout doing this too. Not long after, we came upon a bighorn sheep. I'm talking about the male. So you see him standing over there like the alpha of, you know, this jungle or whatever this is, you know, this oasis. And you see the whole family right there. There's a few of them. I think it's like, I can't even remember. I didn't actually count, but they kept trying to cross, you know, where there was a bunch of people at. And you'll notice this one, you know, was quite brave and decided to, you know, just say, I'm gonna do it. Just watch him just walk across while there's a bunch of people trying to film all at the same time. That right there is some mighty brave stuff. So that guy got to be the next in line to rule this kingdom right here. There's no way He just has to be. The rest of them, look at him right there. They're just watching him like, how did he do that? Like, oh my God, he actually walked past all those people? Like, they're so shy. Look at that, man. So the whole time, that's kind of what's going on in my head. Is like I'm just kind of reading their conversation, like the conversation between the bighorn sheep. Like it was amazing, and this made the price of admission, to this Indian Canyon worth it, because the slipping was not it.
Trip's basically over. Today is the last day. My flight is tonight. I'm back to Canada, Calgary, cold Calgary. But it's not gonna be cold for too long there anymore, so that's actually pretty great. Summer's coming and I'm looking forward to that. But I've enjoyed my trip here so far, man. Did so much in that short period of time. So I've been here for about 8 days, and in that time frame, we definitely covered a lot. Visited Joshua Tree National Park, went to LA. We even kind of did a little bit of a hike, but it wasn't really a hike. We just went through to see the oasis, or an oasis, I guess, palm trees, all that cool stuff. And I'm honestly looking forward to coming back again, maybe next year. I don't know when it's gonna be, but it's gonna happen again. I actually got this hat here. This is one of two of this style hat that I got here. And I usually don't buy hats like this, but you only live once, and I decided to have some fun while I was here. But at least I get to, be back with my equipment back at home, which I've missed because I haven't trained in all this time. But, well, I've trained, but nothing, nothing crazy, nothing heavy.
This was the saddest part of the entire journey, leaving all that sun behind, all those palm trees, and, saying goodbye to California. Well, bye for now, because I don't know when next I'm going to be back, but I will be back someday. So make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're new here. Like the video if you did like it. I'd appreciate that, and I will see you guys in my next video. It's Midas, and I'm out, y'all.
I heard they checking for me, no one checking on me, so I had to go run up a check. I got the message, homie, ain't no flexing on me.